With these 3 events, I've gained over 20 students every time. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Magness Mogul Podcast. My name's Jonah Magness. I own and operate martial arts studios, and I've been able to help some of my friends with their studios. And today we're going to talk about what we do. Also, subscribe now so you don't miss out on any more. And as a thank you, I'll reply to any comments and questions you guys leave. Now, the first event that I run that always gets me more than 20 students is our board breaking seminar. And this is going to come with a couple different ones, but our most successful event is going to be the last one. So don't skip ahead, just hang out with me. For this event specifically, I run 2 different themes around it. The first one is just very simply like the board breaking seminar, a very generic board breaking seminar. I usually tie it into self-defense. Our hook, our tie, our pull for the seminar is that we let everybody who brings a buddy get to break a wooden board. And during the class, we hit the targets. We have our rebreakable boards that we use in class and at testing. But the wood board is the big prize for everybody who brings a friend, plus their friends get to break one as well. That is usually enough hype around the whole event to get people to want to bring their friends in so they can break a wood board, let their friends break a wood board. And how we make it special is not only do we put the date on the back of every single event that we do, we also make sure on the buddies, they have a specific enrollment special on the back of the board that they get to earn after they break it. And for the students, if you really want to level up this event, have different like upgrade packages or deals for everybody who brought a buddy on the back of those boards. So they have the date to remember the event, they have a special prize they win, or that they automatically get when they break their board. And to make sure I'm adding value to the event, I'm always tying in these board breaking seminars, especially the ones that are just like bring a friend, get to break wood, into self-defense. The board breaks we do are self-defense based, and I make sure I tie it all in so that way the parents hear the value that those students will learn in our program. The other board breaking theme I do is actually not even like really with boards, but we'll get into that in a second. It's around New Year's. We do a goal setting board breaking seminar. So after we do the fun class, we hit all the targets and we do everything. We learn what board break or a couple options that they'll do on their board. It's actually be paper in this case. I bring all the parents on the floor to sit with their student, and then the friend's parent as well to sit with their parents. And the students get to write down with their mom or dad or grandma, grandpa, whoever brought them, a couple of their own goals. I try and challenge them to write 2 goals, and then the last goal, the parent gets to completely write on their own. So they're gonna have 3 goals on that piece of paper. Then we do the whole my parents help me crush my goals thing. So how I tie this all in is I let them talk about their goals, hopefully get a really fun, positive conversation at all ages, starting about what goals they have in school, in taekwondo, in life, for the new year, and the goal that their parent has for them over the course of the year for them to accomplish. And then how I tie this into my parents getting to help their kids crush their goals is paper is kind of actually hard to break. So the parents helping them is they tear the top a little, the bottom a little, and poke a hole through the middle, and then they hold it for the board break. So that way on the first try we count down and everybody gets to break their goals, hug their parents, and so that way they get a really positive experience that goes really, really well, and it creates a fun conversation, a fun environment to watch all of these kids get really excited about breaking paper as well as setting goals for the year that they get to write down and talk about with their mom and dad. And with both styles of board breaking events, I've gotten more than 20 students or around 20 students pretty much every time I've ever run it. I do about 2 a year because it always goes so well. The second event that I run that goes really, really well is like buddy week plus a free party at the end of the week. So how this works is I set up 5-ish days, 5 to 10 days, I guess, where they can bring in their friends, and anybody who brings in their friends on the 1st through the 6th, then on the 6th that evening or on the 7th, we make sure we have a free party that anybody who brought a friend and every friend they brought gets invited to this party completely free. And I run it for about an hour so it makes the parents stay, and this is how we get them to show up to the party and entice them to bring their friends that week. The party is always themed around food because everybody loves food. So I have a pizza party, so it's a free pizza party. I have popsicles, so it's a free popsicle party. I have paint your cookies, so we get a bunch of cookies and they get to paint them with food coloring, and it's really fun for all of them. So we do all of these different things to encourage them during that week. Bring your friends this week so you can go to this party. Bring your friends this week so you can go to this party. I don't care if I have one person bring a new friend every single day. That one person can bring their 5 friends. All 6 of them get to go to this event for free. And what we do on that day is, because it's such a short time frame, the parents stay with them, so I have the parents engaged in the class the whole time. I run a super fun class, plus they've already experienced our regular classes, which is kind of the flip of most events where you kind of need to leverage expectations and get them into a regular class, especially if they're a little unsure about signing up that day. You just book the appointment from the event rather than pushing the sale. But that's a separate thing. After they get to this party, we run about like a 20-30 minute class, high energy, high impact, hitting all the self-defense points, hitting bags, getting them moving, making sure they have fun. And then we just end with food. And during the food process, I'll have my instructors demonstrate some stuff. I'll have a sale going on. And I'll just make sure everybody leaves the hard copy of the schedule. And that usually is enough to start the conversation. With these events, we run 3 in the past 2 years, and we're getting set up to run another one at the end of summer, or like right around the start of school. And every time I've gotten 16 to 25 students from it, so it absolutely kills, and it's a lot of fun for the kids. Because on top of that, my staff and I get to plan, like, okay, this week's gonna be buddy week, so how can we make sure we hit all the curriculum points of class, but also make it as fun and as accessible as possible for buddies to come, whether they come to our beginner class, super easy to do, or they come to our black belt class. I wanna make sure they don't get overwhelmed and they have a positive experience. Also, your bonus tip is for this event too, make sure you have like some little spin, upgrade offer or whatever, or just a completely free gift that we don't announce to give to everybody who brought a friend. I make sure I give them like a free 15-minute private lesson, a free t-shirt, just something super easy for me to give them, as well as reward them for bringing a friend in that they didn't even expect. Just as a reward to be like, hey, I asked you guys to do this, you did this. Not only do you get the party, you also get this cool thing. I really appreciate it. And then their friend signs up. We have a whole credit program. I can talk about that more later. Now, thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure you guys subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and we're going to talk about the most successful event I ever get to run. This event is massive to set up, it's massive to do, but it creates a lot of community in your studio as well as reaches out to the community. This event is our trunk or treat. Every time I run our trunk or treat, not only has it gotten bigger, but like the first year we probably had like a couple hundred kids. Next year we had like 200 to 300 kids. The year after that we had like 400 to 500. Last year we were pushing like 800 people in attendance, my students and a bunch of like random people from the community, and it was awesome. Every year I've grown it and I've slowly let it get bigger, and I always kept like an artificial cap on it, so that way I always made sure I had control and run the event successfully. Also, if you want to know how to run like this event specifically, if you want to run your own trunk or treat, big or small, whether you've run it before or you've never run it at all, comment down below. I'll reply to your questions, or I'll even jump in and set up a time that I can talk with you personally about exactly what I do to make this event successful. For example, like I said, our last year was our biggest year by far. We got 60 trials and over 30 of them signed up by the end of it all, and I still have probably around like 20 of them. So it absolutely killed. It was so much fun. Super easy, well-oiled machine that my team runs. Our families are super involved by doing trunks. If they don't have time or ability to do trunks, then I just ask them to bring in candy to donate. I decorated an orange trash can to fill it all up with, made it look like a pumpkin. It's super fun for them. They get to see the trash can get fuller and fuller and fuller, like they're trying to feed it. And it's a lot of fun for them to be able to participate and get back to us. Plus, I just run a huge free event for them to go trick-or-treating at. It's completely safe. We run a little safety seminar. We have trunk contests and encourage doing the trunks. We have a bunch of different giveaways we do on the day. We have a costume contest that we just give out little awards for. And it's so much fun for all of them. And it's really fun for me to get to see not only my staff, but my students in a different light outside of the studio and getting to have the most fun possible at this event. Plus, it just creates a really positive environment where parents are like, oh, shoot, I want to hear more about you guys. Because even if they do the trial and don't sign up, they'll remember the positive experience and that'll keep them coming back, or even down the road when it's a better time for them, they might actually be looking into signing up, and I will be the first one on their mind, which is my whole goal. This year, I'm looking to keep the event the same size or make it even bigger if I have more trunks available to me. Now I know how much candy I need to get. Last year we ran out and I had to go buy some in the middle of the event, but it went phenomenal and I'm super excited for it. So remember, just comment down below and I'll reply back to you. Any questions you guys have, or I'll even reach out to you personally and we can set up a time and go over exactly how I run this event, whether you've never done it before or you just want to get your event to 1,000 people. Let's make it as fun and successful as possible so it runs super smoothly. That being said, if you know anyone who wants to run a huge student generator event, send them this video. I want you guys to subscribe and like to make sure you tell YouTube you want more of these videos, and I'll see you guys next week. Make sure you check out the rest of the videos of my podcast. Peace.